this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. I am gonna finally show you how these 3 projects are going to come together. If you remember or watched my behind the scenes computer video, I showed you how I mapped out all 3 of these projects on my computer and printed out all the different pieces so I could finally put them together. So I have 2 from the comfort kit. One about being on the couch and hanging out as a family, another one of my daughter stepping outside her comfort zone, and then one from the Make Story Kit where I document the things that I was creating last December. So 3 projects, 2 different story kits, and I hope you guys enjoy. Let's go over to the process video. I'm going to start with this Make Story Kit project, and I have all these different tags, which I just am obsessed with this type of design with tags. I've done it with circles, and I just love it. Ever since I took the Allie Edwards Start Here class, I just love the idea of repeating designs that work for me. I also decided to go against the color scheme of the kit and go more with the colors that are in my photos and also some of the chipboard. And so it really has this awesome color scheme to it. It's like a tan, a little bit of brown, black, and then like almost a sage green, I would say. So I have 6 different tags. 2 of them have photos in them, and I also have a die cut title that says Make, and I recolored the hearts so I could use those along with the embellishments that are rubber in the physical kit, but obviously not in the digital, but I recolored those to match as well. And whenever I die cut a title, I really like to die cut it twice. That way it gives it a little bit of extra dimension. Now on one of my Make titles, it did not cut the inside of the A or the E. And instead of like throwing it away or putting it in my extra pile that I may never get to, I decided to go ahead and just use it. Might as well, and not toss it aside. I put the darker heart next to the M along with the embellishment that has like a ruler and a pencil. It's like a pencil cup basically of supplies. I put that there. And over on the other page, I am going to first punch my holes because I don't want my tags anywhere near the holes. And like I just mentioned in a December daily video, at least I think it was a December daily video, I'm going to try really hard next year to work on doing things once and not doing it twice. Being brave and just setting things down and hoping it all works out. I think overall I'm pretty good at that. But I do like to plan out my pages and then, and place things and then put it down with adhesive. Next year, I just want to go straight for the adhesive. Let me know if you think that that's silly, because it might just be silly and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but I can certainly try. So on one of the tags, the green one, I added a digital brush to the top of it that says Maker's Gonna Make. I also did like a journaling tag that says I make stuff, and I will fill in like a bullet point list of what I'm making. And like I said, I have 2 pictures with me and 2 different poses, like at my desk with the full-on mess. And I love the large selfie that I got because you can see the December daily mess that I have on my desk. You can see it on both left and right, and you can even see my fireplace all decorated. And I look great. I love that outfit that I had on. It's a favorite outfit of mine. So I found some puffy stickers. I don't know what kit these are from. I want to say the XO Story Kit, but I'm not sure. Either way, the green, I think it was like the green or the gray matched really well. So I'm going to go ahead and use 2 of those on both sides just for a little bit of continuity, and that way I have something physical. This is another thing that is maybe my quirk, I don't know, but because I'm a hybrid scrapbooker, I always feel like I have to have something physical on the page. I just have to. My finishing touch is going to be some word phrase stickers, my favorite creative outlet, Fueling My Soul. I put that below the tag that says This Totally Made My Day, which covered up a spot of food, I think, that wound up on that tag. So that covered that up. And on Maker's Gonna Make, I put create. And my bullet point list just includes things about how I got a Cricut shirt press and I finally decided to use it. I also made some brad ornaments with my daughter, and I'm really enjoying December daily despite all the messes of life and being creative, and I'm just embracing my own pace with December daily, which is the case for every year. I don't go as fast as others, and that's okay. I just need to embrace my own pace. So I put this in an album just so I can show you how it looks in an album. I am in desperate need of albums, but I will get there eventually. So this is how it looks, and it looks fantastic. I absolutely love how it came together, and it's just a really striking color scheme. I'm going to move on to the family couch one. This one I felt like had so much white space, so I'm not sure if I'm done with it. I don't know. Weigh in with your input. I'd love to know in the comment section, but I am going to put this together. It's pretty simple. I have this 4x6 card that I kind of turned into a title block / pattern paper, and I will put that behind the main photo. I did decide to distress it just a little bit to give it a little more texture and dimension, and I will put that on the left hand side, and the photo will go right below So Comfy. And on the other side I will have a journaling card that I shrunk down, and also another selfie. And I said this in the behind the scenes video, I wanted to make a large embellishment to kind of cover up my daughter being silly with her arm. She did not want a photo at all, and so she decided to do something really weird with her arm. I guess it's weird. Okay, it is a little weird, and I don't mind it, but I feel like it's just a little distracting. So that's why I'm going to put the large embellishment on it. And then the other selfie that I have, she's still doing something with her arm and her eyes are closed. But you know what? I'm just going with it. It's real life. It's just how it is. But I just wanted to make sure I had a large embellishment over on the left-hand side to kind of cover that up. I also tried out stacking some of these hearts. They're the puffy stickers physically, and digitally they're just the hearts, and I stacked them in different sizes and kind of a really fun, unique pattern, and I love how that turned out. And then the find the good in each day, I found a tag shape that was really big, and so I changed the color to gray, and then I took the actual digital stamp phrase find the good in every day, changed it to 2 different colors, and then layered it on top of each other so it made a 3-dimensional look. I grabbed the puffy stickers again from this kit, and I'm going to add 2 to the main photo to add to the cluster of hearts. I decided not to add in any to the right hand side just because I didn't know where I would put them. I also thought about stamping a border along the edges of this entire project because there's kind of a diamond quilted shape in the stamp kit. So I thought about doing that, but then I couldn't decide. So I just left it as is with all this white space. And I went ahead and just talked about how life is incredibly busy for all of us, especially with both of us working, the kids in a few different activities, and yet we still make time in the evenings as a family. Most nights we come together for just a little bit of time, but those nights that we can come together for a long period of time is the best, and we almost always have dessert. And on this particular night, I forced my people to all squish together and take a selfie. It was like double torture, but thankfully everybody was pretty much on board, except for one person. There's always one of my people that is like, why is mother doing this to us? Well, maybe they'll thank me later. So I finish up my journaling, and that's it. I'm just going to call it done because I think it's done. I'm going to move on to this last project with my daughter, and I got the idea to cut up the 4x6 cards from Linda. Linda loves creating. In the Story Kit classroom, she talked about doing a page using cut apart pieces from these 2 4x6 cards. But I can't remember if her ideas were 2 separate ideas or one idea. Either way, Linda is always full of fantastic ideas. I took this really large photo I took of my daughter on one of her dress rehearsal days. It's actually the best photo I got. Other parents took photos, but I really loved this particular photo that I took, and I loved that there was some negative space on the right-hand side that I could fill up with something. When I was designing this digitally, I thought that I could fit the quote card in the middle, but there wasn't enough space, so I'm probably going to put something else there. I just at this point don't know. I do know that I will have a 2x2 page protector, and I have this 4x6 with some photos that the parents took, and I'm just going to go ahead and use those. I do have one close-up of my daughter that I took, and then I will cut up this 4x6 card, but only use the pink, red, and yellow because I feel like those go the best and they have the best sentiments. I will also look in my stash for some other pieces that I could potentially use with this project, because anytime you can use up your stash is a good thing, right? And I really want to try to do that more. And I think I've shared this before, but like with my desk setup, right in front of me is all my acrylic drawers, and I can easily grab things that I need because I have everything sorted by color. Okay, I am dangerously cutting this 4x6 card, and it went okay. I wish things were straighter, but you know what? I was living on the dangerous side, like getting this close to the blade. So it's just gonna have to be good enough. I'm gonna place all my different pieces and photos, and I believe that I used my print app on my phone to print these photos, so the photos are a little bit smaller than the 2x2 journaling cards, but you know what? I'm not going to go back and fix everything, but it was definitely bugging me as I was trying to make this page. I will trim some of these word strips so that way they're kind of all the same size. I don't want them all looking kind of wonky. And you can see here, I was still like debating, could I really squash this onto this negative space area? But no, I can't, and I'm not gonna try. I find a chipboard that says this story matters, also a large yellow wood veneer, and then a pink chipboard that says listen. So I'm going to use those pieces, and I even dig a little further in my story kits, and I'm going to find a die cut title from the Now story kit that says right now, and I will go ahead and use that. When I'm done with a story kit, I just put the pieces in a like Ziploc bag. So that's where I found that die cut title, but it's going to work perfect for what I need. I will also save one spot for some journaling. I felt like the story was kind of self-explanatory, but I don't know. I felt like one journaling spot is plenty, and if at some point down the road I can get my daughter to add to the story, that would be great. But for right now, it's just my perspective. As you can see, I grabbed the right now, and I think at a few points my camera kept turning off or stopped recording. I don't know what was happening, but you guys get the gist of how I was putting this together. I'm going to do a 4x2 journaling card so that way it can kind of be a little bit hidden, and I also have some extra room to journal. Now, I cut this journaling card just a little bit bigger because I thought I would need like an extra lip over the edge, but I didn't. I don't know what I was thinking, so I trimmed that and made it actually 4x2. Now, I'll go ahead and adhere this title that says right now. I would have loved if this title had been, a set of two, like 2 pieces of right and 2 pieces of now, because that's how I like my titles, but it wasn't, and that's okay. I'm just gonna have to deal with it, and I'm so glad that I used this and also found it in my stash because it works perfectly with the colors that I need. Same thing with that large yellow wood veneer. It's just perfect, and it finally has a home. I'm going to go ahead and use my double-sided adhesive tape so that way I know it's going to stay on. I really don't want things to fall off. I noticed that with older albums. I don't know if I was using a different adhesive, but it's to me so sad when you open an older album and things are falling off and the album's only 5, 6, 7 years old. So that's a little frustrating. Okay, so this is where it cut out again. I used the hobby stamp set to stamp So Much Joy twice, right below right now, and I also stamped Time Well Spent on the journaling card, and now I can journal about my daughter being incredibly brave and going out for an audition in the school play. It was a version of Pinocchio. She didn't get the part she wanted, but I mean, just the fact that she went on the stage and sang in front of all the different kids, all her peers, it's just amazing. And I told her several times, like, I could never have done that in 5th grade. Never. And I don't think your dad could have either. So it was pretty amazing that she did that. She got a small part and then 5 other songs that she sang in. So she had a lot of costume changes, and it was really awesome to see her. It seemed like she was a little bit nervous when we watched her in the performance, but overall we absolutely loved seeing her performance and seeing all of her hard work, because she had practice all in October along with karate. So she was doing double activities. So she really did an amazing job. And we were all very, very proud of her. Okay, so that's going back in the page protector, and this page is all done. For the most part, I just need to do the vellum insert. And all I'm going to do is just adhere the strips. And when I go to put it together, I could not remember how it was supposed to go back together. So I just pulled up the card digitally and figured it out from that point. And I am also going to trim outside and your to be a little bit smaller, and then, like I said, just adhere everything down, and it works out as a fantastic insert. So it's supposed to say, if you put yourself in a position where you have to stretch outside your comfort zone, then you are forced to expand your consciousness. And the author of that quote is Les Brown. So really fantastic quote, and it's going to be great to include in my daughter's album. Don't even ask me how those albums are going, but I am making stories here and there for my kids. So that is all of my pages put together, and I love planning out things digitally and then figuring out ways to use my kits. And I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing all of these pages come together. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you are new to my channel. Have a wonderful day. Bye.